Right, champs, bit of a different video today. I'm expecting this one not to get as many views as typically would get because I thought I'd just do a bit of a different style, a bit more raw, because this is where I live. I'm in London. It's loud, and that's where I get coffee in the mornings. So every day at 6:30, I'm typically the first person when they open at 6:30 to get a coffee. And I used to be a barista it's been about 7 years ago now. I was a barista for a summer, and I used to have to be the one opening the shops. And I always used to fucking hate when the first people would like queue up and ready, like you weren't ready, the machines weren't warm, the milk hadn't been put away, and people were just there, just ready for their coffee. I am now that person who is there at 6:30 on the dot, first person in, and that's where I get it. So now you know where I live. If you're one of those freaks that can look at a photo or a video and be like, hey, that's where they are, I've seen that recently. Just having a glass of red wine. It's Thursday afternoon, had afternoon full of calls with my clients, and just in case you don't know who the hell I am, my name's Tom Youngs. I run a sales and marketing education business that helps coaches and consultants and service providers scale their businesses online with one simple system. That's what I do. And today I had a bunch of client calls this afternoon with all of my clients who are crushing it. And I also had a mastermind call. I'm in a group with 3 other people, and we are all on the hunt to reach $100,000 a month. That's the whole point of the group. So there's 4 of us in there, and it was really funny today because, we kind of at the end of the call, we were like, okay, how long do you think until you're going to get there? And I said, I think somewhere between 18 to 24 months, maybe sooner, but I don't know. All I know is this shit takes 3 times longer, if not more, than expected. And one of the other guys in the group is like, he thinks he could potentially, within 6 to 9 months, maybe get there. He's running a very different type of model, and it's to do with capital raising, but it means that he could potentially get there sooner. But we have a prize, and the prize is, if you get to 100k a month first, you have to fly everyone else out to Miami. That's the prize. So but I thought I'd just have a little bit of a different casual chat with you today, because I don't typically get to do this. And also in my kind of hometown, it's nice and warm here in London today. And tomorrow is Friday. I am going to be spending the entire day in the car with my brother driving up to Scotland. It is the Open Championship, so the big British golf event of the year. Tiger Woods is playing up in Scotland, and we're going to go play golf on the Saturday together, and then we're going to go watch the final day of the tournament on Sunday. So it means a long drive in the car tomorrow. It's going to be about 8 hours in the car up to Scotland. I used to live in Scotland. That was where I did my first degree. So I did 2 degrees. And my first degree was, sorry for the loud noises. These guys just don't know that I'm filming out here. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So I did 2 degrees. My first degree was biomedical sciences in Scotland, and I learned all about physiology, the human body, anatomy. It was really sick. I got to cut a body into halves, quarters. I saw some wild shit, and that was what allowed me to get into what I always wanted to do, which was to go into dentistry. So I got into dentistry in my second degree. So I did 7 years at university. And for context, I'm now just turned 36 years old. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, which is the idea of time. Because I see this all the time. I get this all the time. My clients, me, I think everyone feels like they have not made enough progress. This is the epidemic. The epidemic of social media means that we see everyone living a life, getting results. We see teenagers making 100 grand a month, and we're like, but I'm 36. I haven't been a teenager for 16 years. How does this make sense? And the answer is, the world has progressed at a very fast pace, but it is never too late to start. Never too late to start. If you are 40, you have another 30 years, maybe 30 years ahead of you of another career. Keep in mind, if you're 40 now, 30 years ago you were 10. So you've only been doing your current career for, say, 20 years. So you've got more than a second career ahead of you. And we live in a time where it is easier than ever to start your own thing, build your own business, create your own freedom, which is what I'm all about. And if I can get across one message to you, it is that you are running your own race. And you cannot go down the path of comparing yourself to other people. You have to recognize that this is your own race, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Now, how long is it going to take? I've been doing the creator game now for full time for coming up to 3 years, like 2.7 years, let's say. And a year ago, 12 months ago, I was co-running an agency, and we were doing between $40,000 to $50,000 a month. That was 12 months ago from now. And when I started and I launched CreatorLaunch, I launched my first beta cohort test, and I made just under $4,000 with that. I sold it at a tenth of the price that my stuff was going to be eventually, and I marketed it at that. And it's taken me a full 12 months to get back to the revenue levels that I was at 12 months ago with a different business. So my point being is that it takes way longer than you think. And I remember a year ago when I started working with a new mentor, and he asked me about my goals, and I said, I want to be at 100K this time next year. And he would have known that was a joke. He would have known that was a fucking absolute joke. But he didn't laugh. He didn't say. He just said, "Cool, man." And that's what I do with my clients. When I ask my clients what their goals are, I'm there to tell them, fuck yeah. And it is for them to find out if it takes longer than they expect, because it always does. And I'm now no longer in a rush. All I'm here to do is to let my gut feeling tell me what step to take next. But it starts with the one thing that I didn't used to do, which is having an absolute crystal clarity on where I want to go. And so if you're here and you're thinking, I'm just cloudy, I'm not sure what to do, the most important thing that you can do right now is get a crystal clear vision of where you want to go. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the thing that you will end up doing, but it needs to be directionally accurate. It needs to be the right direction. So for me, where I'm at with my business and career right now is, I want to be the best business coach in the world. And that's a wild thing to put out there, right? Are you kidding me? Do I know how I can do that? Hell no. But it is directionally where I want to go. And the good news is, I've seen people in the industry, I've seen what they're capable of, I've seen what they do, I've seen their programs, and I know I can do it. But it's going to take time. And that is the one thing now that I'm willing to be patient on. But in the interim, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be having fun, and I'm going to be responsibly drinking a glass of red wine. And you never know, maybe at some point you'll be sharing a glass of red wine with me. If you thought that was useful, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. And that was sick. I'll see you in the next one.